Let's be real. In most relationships, someone hits and someone gets hidden. Power, control, emotional leverage, and more. It's all a part of the food chain. But should it be that way? Or have we normalized something toxic as love? In this episode, we discuss the controversial topic: should relationships mean food chain?
Yeah. So guys, how have you been since the last time we recorded?
Well, so far so good. I mean, what can I say?
You are alive.
I'm alive. I'm breathing.
Sure.
I'm not dead.
You said you are an immortal, so like, what do you mean you are alive?
Yeah, I'm alive. Like, people don't seem to get it. They are to understand.
Let's forget this guy. How have you been since the last time we
In
recorded?
the words of Charlie
How's your week gone since the last
the
time?
words of Charlie Bosman, as you can see, I am not dead.
As you can see.
I don't know about these guys, but no,
Yeah, enough about
actually
it.
had
It's
it
not
right.
about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I did like pretty well. I challenged myself, very, very funny challenge, to read a book. You understand? And you know, it's very funny when I say to read a book. Before, I have this problem of when I'm reading a book, I only read it to like extract contents. I don't read it to just read the book. So the fun that you get from reading the book, I don't really get it anymore. I'm trying to, okay, what contents can I shoot from reading this book? The same thing as movies. So when I watch a movie, you watch F1, right? You didn't watch F1.
I gave you the movie now, yeah?
Exactly. So when I watched F1, what was going through my head was the experience of adulthood, and then childish exuberance, the energy that comes from a child, and then there's this gap between it.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm trying to look at concepts from movies. I'm not watching it for fun. So I've always had like that problem. So I just dedicated my life to reading a book, and it went well. It actually went well. I'm reading another book now, by the way. So which actually brings me to
Do you mind sharing the name of that book with the audience?
okay, yeah, I'll share with them, but I don't want to share it to you. So I'll share with them. By the way, it's written by Stephen Bartlett. Diary of a CEO: 33 Immutable Laws of Power, Philosophy, and I've forgotten the last one.
Immutable laws of power.
Yeah, like
Is
you can't change
Is
them.
it any similar to the normal laws of power?
What are the normal laws of power? The 14 laws of power, right?
Yeah. Well, is it any similar?
Yeah. There are things there that kind of go with that.
Okay.
But this one is much more focused towards building rather than just life. You understand? It's focused more towards building. So branding, building, that kind of stuff. And which actually brings us to the conversation we're going to have today, which is about our relationships. But
Okay.
I want to welcome the guest back, right? So welcome back to the Controversy Podcast, where we dissect everything: culture, life, lifestyle, relationships, and more. And today we'll be discussing something very controversial, which is not even why, should relationship remain a food chain? So I'd like to hear from these guys first before I throw out my appetizers of the people.
I think the traditional way of debating, we had, when you have a topic like that, you say, let me start from saying, what is food chain? What is a food chain?
Okay.
What is the relationship? So yeah, what is a food chain? What is a relationship? To me, to my best friend, I feel like a food chain is the thing where you either eat or be eaten. Then relationship is, I don't know, something that goes on between.
You don't know anything about relationship.
Oh my God!
That's not really.
I mean, relationship can be a friendship. So it's something between a man and a man, or a man and a woman.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
He's not my friend.
I've never met this man.
I don't want any.
A relationship between a man and a man can be a friendship.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay. So for you, what do you think about the topic? Should relationship remain a food chain?
Like he said, we would have to define what.
Can't say anything of your own.
What we mean. We would have to define what we mean by food chain or
Okay.
a relationship. And then I agree with his explanation.
I mean, no, I don't.
But let's go with that. I agree with his explanation. The food chain is you either eat or get eaten. Dog eat dog as you say.
Dog eat.
As some say they be as no so you do black now, black
machine. Do Santino and Belashmo.
yes, dog.
I don't know about them, but I think I.
You don't know about them?
Yeah, I think I had it from Dax first. Yeah.
Are you from my country?
Maybe not. Let's move on.
So he's one of those illegal immigrants of America. I think we
imagine getting deported from Nigeria.
At this point, would you tell me if I accept that?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, you think I want to?
Yeah, so in my own opinion, should relationships remain based on this definition? I don't think it should remain a food chain because I grew up in the normal Nigerian settlements. The normal Nigeria. I grew up in. I had this childhood whereby you grew up a bit in the rich man setting, the Nepo baby setting, and then sometimes you're back to the slums. So I had to play with sand. So there were these relationships I formed with people that were not based on what I could give them or what they could give me. It wasn't really transactional. But nowadays you see things and then they are, it's like we are climbing it. It's like
But back then we relate with each other just for the. Should I say for the fun of it?
For the fun.
There was nothing attached. Now it feels more like a contrast. If I do this for you, I have to do something else.
At that point, we didn't have anything to think about. All I was thinking about was just, let me go out to meet my friends. Let us make a sign house. Life has not happened yet. At that point, life had not happened to any of us. We just wanted to catch fun, to play and crack jokes.
I have this question for you guys.
And sorry to put before you. I think it also has.
You got me tall.
Yeah. I think it also has to do with the kind of setting or environment we grew up with. Coming to school, we became exposed to a lot of things that were likely going on before we came to this side of the world or to this stage of our lives. But then we had no access to those information. We didn't see those stuff happening.
That's true.
So we are now at a point of realization. Or should I call it enlightenment?
I was about to ask a question, but it's as if you just clicked on my mind. The question I wanted to ask was, I want you to describe your childhood. Not because I want to know what type of depression childhood that you had. But I'll talk about my own childhood, you understand? And how it metastasized into me having people around me that are not really, it's not really transactional. What can you give me? What can I give you? It's more like, I can stand for you even when you are nothing. That kind of relationship. So, what was your childhood like?
Yeah.
You don't want to spill the secret that make your parents wonder if you had a child. We all did crazy things, I know. I'm never going to say something.
It's not even like that. It's more of the fact that my childhood was a very, should I say long, or should I say complex? Because unlike most people, I didn't stay in one place. I moved around a lot. So if I want to go into any one of those experiences, I have to start giving you like a background story.
So you were a refugee?
Well,
You grew up a refugee, man.
I'm going to ignore you.
There was something about the child that he told me today that I would like him to say by himself. We all went through that, bro.
But basically, my childhood was a bit soft, a bit rough.
Yeah.
Like how do I put
A
this?
bit of everything.
Okay, let me frame it like this. There were times I was friends with people who were relatively calm. Easygoing people, and then there were other times
you rode with folks.
If you are watching this and you are my friend, then I'm sure you are going to be laughing. There were other times I won't say talk, but when we used to call some people hot-headed people.
Okay.
Yeah, now raise that power by 5. Yeah, so there were other times.
You were with psychopaths.
I see why.
So we will do things that make you wonder, like, did they just do that? So there was this time I remember we went to throw this firework in front of the army Hilux. Just for the fun of it, we wanted them to do
What's the fun in that? What's the fun in that?
Wait. Like, army, like military.
Yeah. So there
Wait,
was
army like military.
yeah. Wow. Then we were children, like 6, 7 years.
So now that I'm adult, what do you do?
So for you, yeah, what was your own childhood like?
My childhood was, like you said, a bit rough, a bit smooth.
I know that one was rough. One notion is a lie.
My mom and dad watches this. I mean, I grew up in a family where my mom was since child.
Okay.
My dad, not a lecturer, but yeah, worked in a university. Has worked in universities all his life. So basically, was in a great educational system. Is still in the system. So yes, I grew up
Are
in
you
a family.
planning to become a teacher?
Am I planning? No, never.
Okay.
So I
Why this rejection?
So I grew up in a family where you have to do the right things every time.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
If you do 10 right things and one wrong thing, the 10 right things have been overshadowed by that one
The
thing.
expectation was high.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up with a lot of friends. No, I did not.
Yeah.
I think I remember my first friend when we moved in a rented house. I think I was 8, 9 at that time. So and the only reason we were friends was because we were in the same compound.
Seriously?
Yes. We had 3 houses in the same compound. So
Man.
we had to just relate because we were in the same compound. I didn't have any other friends outside the area until I was 16, 17. So
You know,
yes, I don't have memories of a lot of friends. No.
Wow. No, what you experienced, I experienced it, but in a partial manner. So I said I grew up in a Nepo and a slum babysitting. So I used to live at Uworoshoki. So there are some parts of
Well, you don't used to live that way.
Uworoshoki.
I'm going to try my best never to say that name in public.
So there are places in Uworoshoki that were like top notch. And then there are times when I had to go and visit my grandma and spend holidays with her at Iwaya,
Okay.
Yaba. So you could understand there was the Tautish side and then there was the good boy, the son, good upbringing side. So when I'm at the good boy, good upbringing side, which is at my parents' side, I spent less time with friends. My mom made me get inside in a way. My brother was stubborn, so he did not get inside. My sister, you understand, got inside. But for me, it became an attitudinal thing. And I stopped, relating to people. But anytime I had to go to my grandma's place, so I have this cousin. Now, not even my cousin, I have this uncle. He's dead now, he's late. He was like a popular jingle. So everybody knew him. So his child, inherits that popularity. So obviously I'm always playing with child, and therefore he also has this network of friends. That's where I learned my own network came from. It's like you network with doubt. So,
Okay. Just make sure you never go back to do
so there's this commitment of, you understand, if this one gets into trouble, you must stand for him. I'm going to cut his story.
So
But you have to stand for this person.
Okay.
And when this person is down, he has to stand for you.
so what's your rank?
Let's hold on. We delete this part. We delete this part. I never said what I said. But why it seemed transactional, it was like the thing that bonded us together. Whereby we could really share in knowing that you had this person and this person could be there for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of Simon Sinek and Trevor Noah. There's this podcast they did together, or this stage podcast they did together, where Simon Sinek said something and said, when it comes to trust, people think that you gain trust when you offer help. He said, no, you gain trust when you ask for help. So, if I need you to trust me, rather than you come to say, I want to help you, you understand? I'm just going to leech off you. But when I come to you and say, look, I need your help, it means I can trust you well enough to be able to share my burdens with you. but over time, that's kind of changed.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So it's now like transactional. Let's even leave the friendships for a bit and let's talk about the relationship. Because now we are much more older. It's more as if friendship has watered down. We're still going to have a conversation on that.
I agree with that.
Yeah. But let us talk relationship. Let's talk relationship a bit. What do you think about this date up and date down syndrome? Which is either you date someone who is far above your level, and then the guy who is far above your level doesn't want to date someone who was. Because I remember from the conversation I had with my parents, a lot of them were not really thinking about that, and they were focused on, if I just like this person. Like, there was not this. How much did they have? There was this concept of we could build together, but it's not like so. There's this date up, and I know what I'm saying because I know if DJ could be asking of you out today. So what's this like? What do you think about the date up?
Well, for that your last thing there, we will leave it for when DJ cooking comes here.
Oh, you cross the bridge.
We will cross that bridge when we get there.
I know what to do on the bridge already.
But then I'm going to agree with that part you said about the date up or date down because I was having a conversation with this female friend that I had.
Wow, you have a female friend.
Even I am surprised.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then she made a statement that it took me by surprise. She mentioned something. She said, I think she said it something along the lines of she can only date a Yahoo boy. And I was surprised. I asked her why. She refused to answer.
Okay.
But then the reason is obvious, like the monetary reason.
Exactly, yeah.
And then it kind of takes me back, like back then, from what I knew about is it dating or marriage or relationship?
Yeah.
Like I didn't think money, like fun, money plays a good role.
Yeah, it does.
I didn't think it was the primary.
Yeah. It was like a derivative of going into
Exactly.
Relationship. Yeah.
So, but this one like it's as if you are picking a primary key as money, and then anyone without that standard of money.
What's watched To Kill a Monkey? I think you've watched it.
Yeah.
You watched To Kill a Monkey. Remember, we had Dodo.
Yeah. So it's very funny that these days people are picking standards by how much money you have rather than how you connect with that person.
That's a big
and I think it plays into the rise in breakup and divorce we are seeing these days because you don't really have a connection with that
There are
person.
people who have more breakup than have been in a relationship. Actually, me being in a relationship is zero. But like there are people who have more breakups. Like they have like
like when I talk to some people and they say I have like 8 ex, I'm like, do you people change my relationship partners the way I change my singlets?
like it's not like a feeling based don't let me use the word feeling because even feelings can easily fade away. But it's not really an understanding based relationship anymore. It's now more of like materialistic based relationship.
Yeah, like it's very fun. While there the day, one of our guys was telling us that he saw an 18-year-old girl.
Okay.
Was it 18 or 19? Either 18 or 19. And she told him she had dated 6 guys before.
At this
Let's calculate. If she dated per year, she started 13.
Like it's so funny, like
the funny thing is, she might have dated per year. She might have dated.
I'm just saying.
She might have dated 17 years, and that in those 2 years, she already dated 6.
Man, see, there's this quote that I do know. It's about football, but it's not about football. Which is, you can't become a club legend if you're always changing teams.
exactly.
No
You
man.
can't become a club legend.
I
if
should
you're
read.
always changing teams. Like,
I don't be legend. I don't be anything. But yeah,
I've never started my career.
So like I said,
What do you think about the top, the down syndrome?
Oh, I don't.
You need it up.
So good.
So you can level up your life.
We don't need to level up our lives.
No, man, I don't need to date to do it. You know?
I don't need to date to level up my life. But if you
I'm
can
a big man.
level up my life,
I need to level up some.
if I level up my life by dating, I'm open.
Oh!
If you can level up my life,
Bro just did an ad on our show. Bro, we are charging you.
We are charging you, yeah.
I never see money yet.
No worry.
I don't care.
Put it on
So I don't want to stay too long on that particular question because you already like
Said it, love.
I said a lot of things about it. It's just
He was very smart with that question. I'm even shocked.
Yeah,
you see, not always,
I'm also shocked.
you're not really smart here.
Yeah.
So yes, I mean it is what the society has turned into. My mom and dad, I've never had any time when they told me it was because of his money. My dad was just in the ICT like for now.
Baba
Was just there. And it's true now. He was there and I was there to now that love is strong, bro. At this point to see that kind of love, go far. Because I mean like what you said, someone saying she can only date a Yahoo boy. I mean
Man,
it's what the society has turned into. And I mean I feel like it's changed. But if
So there's this thing I've been thinking about for a while now.
Okay.
You know, back in our days, you see people these days now, and you hear them saying the reason why they broke up is because someone is not giving them attention or wanting something related to that.
Okay.
And then it takes me back to our days. You know,
your
then
days?
our days as children.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know, then our dads could be out of the states or out of the country 5 months, 6 months, in fact a year, and we'll still go and carry on living our lives. If something like that happened now, you'll hear he abandoned the
What
family.
you said is just so controversial that I think we've lost women with the temerity of holding up. Like,
Exactly. Like it's now as if they don't get me wrong, it's not just the women.
yeah,
The
exactly.
guy is also
exactly.
guilty of this.
Yeah.
It's as if you don't really have a connection with that person.
You know,
So the moment the person is out of your view.
And
Yes.
I think it still comes down to what he said when we started understanding.
understand.
Exactly.
You know, movies are a reflection of our society.
Yeah.
Movies are a
Totally.
reflection. I have noticed, genuinely noticed, American movies where they depict a soldier goes for war, spends probably maybe 2 years, 3 years. You married this guy. You understood.
Knew he was a soldier.
Exactly. You understood this guy could be called up for duty anytime. And then he gets called up for duty. And you decide to cheat on him. And when the guy is asking the question on why did you do it? He said because you were gone. And I'm like,
You always knew I was going to be gone one day or another.
yeah. And when I say gone, it's not dead. There's in fact there's this movie I watched. I think it was done by this guy who did Spider-Man, the one who lost his girlfriend. Garfield. There was this part. There's this movie actor that he came back and then he saw that his wife was already cheating on with another man. And then he was just catching everything. The wife was like, calm down.
That's Tobey Maguire.
I think Tobey Maguire,
his
exactly.
brothers also.
He was touching everything, and then the wife was looking at him like he was some sort of devil or demon. And then I was like, you can't really blame this guy. You understand? What he was going to do was because of you. You watch Ted Lasso now.
Yes.
You know, Ted Lasso was even crazy. He and his wife would go to a therapist. They would tell the therapist
everything that is going on.
The wife said she wanted to divorce. And then who she was going to marry was the therapist. And I was like, wow.
Bro.
Wow. But let's get back to the fact that this conversation is about transactions. You know, don't let me say did you, but okay, did you actually experience the Facebook whereby it was not transactional? Whereby you could just, meet up guys, you never knew them before?
I keep telling people, most of my longest, should I say longest run,
Yeah.
most of my old time friends
Okay, good.
that I still talk to,
Yes.
this is people I met from Facebook.
That's
I
nice.
think Facebook, yeah.
Facebook
I
is so
posted one of my guys a few days back. He just graduated from Lagos,
Yeah,
some university in Lagos.
Lagos.
We've never met each other
Physically.
We only
Wow.
knew each other from days when we were debating comics, Superman versus Thor on Facebook.
Wow.
That was where I knew him. In fact, it's so crazy that there are times I struggle financially
Yeah.
in school. I think around that 200 level.
Yes.
And this guy will send me money. If he also needs money, he will hit me up. And if I have, I was going to send.
But the basis of the relationship was not on this transaction.
It was not on those transactions. It was because we go back a long time.
Yeah, as the relationship went,
Right.
Yeah.
you trusted
So,
each other enough.
Like before any of us got into school, like we were just okay. How far now? This character versus this character, who will win?
And then you just
debate. We'll just keep debating it out.
that was life then.
That was like.
I think Facebook
In fact, that was just one
Very
example.
cool.
I have multiple friends like that I knew from the days of Facebook. We just met each other on Facebook, probably in a group chat or just from a post. and we still talk.
Still talk about it.
And we've never seen each other physically.
I also had those experiences. In fact, this lady Ruby Gloria, the way I had this friend, my also a friend I've had for a few years now. Now how did we meet? So I was in a boarding school. I attended boarding school just 1 to SS3. So sometime I think around SS2, our head boy, which is the most brilliant student at that time, or one of the most brilliant, because we had 2 guys who were always knocking it off. He had started by the head boy. And the head boy had gone for this particular camp meeting. So he went to the camp, met these guys, and came back to school and told us we were all dullards, including him. So I said there were guys he met that were very brilliant. Now, our head boy was far ahead to us. So imagine what those guys were to us. So we're like, what do you mean? What do you mean there are people that exist that are brilliant than you? And that really pushed me actually to read then. But what they did after the camp was they formed this Facebook group where they allowed people in. It was mainly for them, but over time they allowed people who were not in, they understand, that didn't go to the camp to come in, and they had discussions. Now just watch. We were on that group, we discussed, physics, you understand, chemistry. I was very bad with chemistry, I wasn't really the maths guy. But when it comes to physics, they know I'm always, I'm active. So we had Shafa, we had Umar, and the rest. Now, I had a neighbor. This is a very funny thing. I moved to a new area. I had this neighbor in Ikorodu. I didn't know the guy was on the group. You understand? But my head boy was always describing this particular guy for me. Say this guy, very brilliant guy and everything. But I didn't know because I didn't inquire to find out. Until the guy, there was a competition I was holding in my school, so the guy came, he was representing the school. I didn't even know he was my neighbor. You understand? I had not seen him before.
And you were seeing descriptions of him.
Aha!
You are very
so we were discussing, so I just walked up, met the guy, you understand, we discussing, my neighbor introduced me to him, I was like, oh, cool guy, and everything. So I left. So when I went home on holidays, you understand, now I'm back home on boarding school, we were playing football. Now I say, football bonded a lot of people more than any other sport.
Oh, I made a lot of friends just because of football.
Football bonded a lot. We're on the pitch, we're playing football, and as we are playing football, this guy comes to the field, you understand, the field is opposite my house. So he comes to the field, I see him, and I'm like, hey, you're Richard. And he was like, yeah, it says you are son. So we started discussing academics. We even forgot the ball. Started discussing academics. And I'm like, oh, I'm going on. I was like, he's also going on. And then we found ourselves walking towards the same gate. Wait, you live here? I was like, how awkward. I said, seriously, so funny that it was my next door neighbor. Like next door, like if I open my door, his door is the next. That was how, but you could see this chain of how we interacted. Understand? My head boy into somebody. Many years later, 400 level. Yeah, we just won the intercollegiate, and then I was on 400 level. I posted before intercollegiate. I posted Ruby Gloria, spoken word artist, that she was going to be judging the spoken words competition. This my friend now sees it and was like, you don't know this lady? I'm like, no, I don't know her from anywhere. Like, what do you mean you don't know this lady? So and so group, you understand, that group went on and everything. I was like, wow. You could see the spiral of that problem. Facebook really solved. I've not seen any social media platform that solved it. TikTok, Instagram.
Facebook was quoted back then.
I've not used Tinder, by the way, so so I don't really know what's going on there.
I've only heard of Tinder from short videos on YouTube.
Yeah. So I don't know the way the social media models work nowadays. I think the social media model work now is more like individualism rather than unity. So everybody's trying to worship celebrity or become a celebrity.
Previously, social media was genuinely built to connect people, and now they are built for maximum profits. So TikTok now just wants you to keep scrolling. They don't really want you to discuss with anybody.
You know what I support what you said? It is because when Facebook started, Facebook was it pre-profit or pre-revenue, but they were not really generating profits. I think. Yeah. They were just, let's serve the people, let's give the people service. That was what Facebook was doing. It was a very, very interesting thing, because I remember that time. No, I didn't have money for data. My guys, the fact that would insult me. I was using free Facebook.
Yeah, free Facebook.
20 MB. These things really like.
Bro, how did we use 20 MB back then?
Now,
even one 500 MB, your notification will
MTN.
Exactly.
MTN. I put up my data. The next day, 1.5 gig has finished. I put off my data.
You use your data for dream.
you spend the house for this.
So I don't. Is there a reality in dream now?
Well,
Cool. I think a lot of I want to hear your closing scenes on this. So let's wrap up. That's fine. So what we want to wrap up is concerning the topic: should relationship? Because now I think we've taken a roller coaster ride back to our childhood memories and our relationship were much more stronger then, even when they were betrayals. When we had to break up with ladies because of sharpener.
When you have to break up.
I never had to. You understand?
I never had to break up.
When people had to break up with ladies because of sharpener. For my secondary school, then when they had to.
Are you telling us your story from a third person perspective?
No. Why would I want to do that? Do you think I did it before? If I did it before, I won't be here with you. Me and you cannot become the same category when if I did it. Like, 3 of us have not done anything, but that's why we're here together.
I'm not doing anything.
Well,
Have you done anything?
I'm not doing anything.
I'm going to open my statement.
So yeah.
In my secondary school, they used to be transformed to say. So I can have a baby and you have a baby and then we can swap. Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah, they did that. They did that shit back then.
Wow.
Some people did it, just transfer me. I don't know if the ladies do the transfer me, but the boys need to transfer me.
So this guy is swapping.
Yeah, the boys with the manager.
No, it's option to buy.
You know the very funny thing there, I feel like we're gossiping. The very funny thing there was, I could have a babe now. And then I leave the babe. You come and date the babe. But I cannot directly go and date your babe immediately. So I'll wait, another guy dates her. You understand? So when they break up, I now.
Wow.
so I swap the player from Bayern to Madrid. 2 players swap from Bayern to Madrid. When one has gone to Bayern, this one will not come to Madrid directly. He goes to Juve.
Loan and represent to buy. He buys the player. Does not support the player immediately. Player goes to another club on the road.
Football explains everything.
To be honest, football explains.
So what's
the topic? Should
relationships remain a food chain?
Remain a food chain. I mean, I've not been in a lot of relationships that were food chains. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of relationships.
No, relationships generally. Relationships is not just what happened to you. Like you said, man to man. Like what you say.
So yeah, basically, I feel like you should not. I mean, that's what the rich wants to associate with the rich. Then the poor wants to associate with the poor because they have no choice. So when
the poor wants to associate with the rich,
but the rich cannot. So it has to associate with the poor.
Yeah.
So that when the rich and the poor are in the same relationship or friendship,
yes.
So whatever the case may be, the poor does not have the same access to the rich that the other rich does. So when I was like, I need this particular thing, the rich doesn't want to give it because it's like, what do you have to offer me? So that way the poor gets poorer and the rich obviously they help each other to get richer. So I feel like if relationships remain a food chain, we won't see the growth we're meant to see. Because the rich people continue getting richer.
I like this guy.
We know like, okay, yes, you are there. Now I don't be that.
Thinking like Confucius.
Now I don't be that and he's making the money. But we were just there and looking at the dolo and paying the dolo. We can't really get anything. Give us updates.
Did you see this tweet on Twitter? Man, I saw that tweet. And I was angry inside me, very angry. The guy posted and said, if you ever come from a poor family, there's never any way you're escaping from poor family.
I think to be honest, he said it. I feel like yes, but they talk nonsense. But in reality, to be honest, that's always what.
Man, I don't believe it.
No, I don't think it's. I don't understand to it.
There's some truth.
It's not. But the fact that I say you can never.
Exactly.
Teach them that never to. It's because
it's definitely difficult. Stories of people who really came from roots, not grass, roots. What am I saying? I've seen people. I know my uncle and his friend. His friend was this kind of person that sleeps on, this computer village. Okay, and now he's a multi-millionaire. So that concept of if you come from a poor family, you understand, you can never. Are we not talking about the story of that guy yesterday? I don't want to speed any.
I think that particular tweet is coming from people that someone that is actually maybe rich or something.
Yeah.
So it feels like since it's rich, I
Okay,
mean, cannot show me
okay,
poor.
okay,
So
okay.
I cannot show those that are rich like me. So I'm not rich, but like from the man's perspective, I cannot associate with someone like that. So yes, if you are poor, there's no way I'm ever associating with you. That's what English say. Not
Okay. That's another angle. That's a very, very funny situation. So, guys, we've come to the end of this particular podcast session. I believe it must have been a very, very, very interesting session based on the fact that while you were listening and watching, I believe you must also have visited those relationships that you had in the past, not the one you had with that girl. I'm talking of general relationship that you had in the past.
Not that girl.
Even that girl.
Dead on the fact that gone are the days when girls used to love us for just playing football.
But I don't know.
Maybe not you.
You love me.
I mean, you love me for playing handball.
But I was, football. I was like Ibrahimovic. I wouldn't really just do. But like I was like Ibrahimovic then. Yeah.
Ibrahimovic night.
Yeah. So guys, we're recording live from Love Entertainment Studios at Ulu Kissing, Alabata, Abeokuta. In case you're interested in music production, music editing, and everything that has to do with music, I advise you reach out to the contacts that are showing right on the screen. See you next time. Same YouTube channel, same anyway.
Same planet.
We are there.
Same universe.
Same plan, but
It's the
might
central
not be the same country.
Bye.
Bye.